Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming to this webinar. I know this is not an easy course to explain because it behaves differently than any course you probably have ever taken. So I'm going to take my best to share with you what is the boot camp, how does it work, who it is for, but I'm going to also rely on you to prepare your own questions, prepare your own thoughts and your own ideas. And I have seen what it takes to take somebody from nothing and turn them into something in terms of sales and listings. Also, I have seen many times when I've worked with agents who were struggling, they knew what they needed to do, but their business was not flourishing. I am what you would call a prospecting coach. My focus is how to get the best out of you to connect with the clients who will pick you to be their, hopefully, buyer's agent, but better than that, listing agent. So I just want to give you some orientation quickly. The URL that you see there, bit.ly/8W Oct 2020. That URL has all of the information you need. It has a video that goes much deeper into the program than the one I'm going to do with you today. It has the requirements. It has the registration form if you want. Uh, you can call me if you want and ask me questions. You can interact with me, but I want to give you a sense of what is the boot camp. Why was it designed the way it was designed? So there are two questions I'm interested in. Why is it that nearly 80% of the real estate deals are done by about 20 to 25% of agents? Why is it that some do really, really well and others, they never get their groove? Now, I'm not talking about the people who are part time. There are people who are part time, they do 2 to 3 deals a year and they're satisfied. I'm not talking about them. God bless them. They're doing what they need to do for themselves. I'm talking about the full time agents who never get into that groove. What is it that is getting in the way? Because something is getting in the way. They want to succeed, they want to do well, they're hard workers, but the action is not happening. And the second question is, why is it that the courageous agents, the agents who have a big plan, become listing agents and the rest only focus on working with buyers? Why is that happening? Is it a lack of understanding? Is it a lack of system? Is it a lack of approach to your business as a business? These two questions caused me to create what I would call the boot camp. I was asked, can anybody become a listing agent? And I said, yes. And they go, but what should they do? And I said, they have to have a plan. They have to have a daily plan, a weekly plan, a quarterly plan to ask for business. The problem is not the agent. The problem is they may not have the tools necessary to do well in the business. So, what are these two things? So, I focused on these two questions. So, let's get deeper on these two questions. See, there are three areas of real estate that need to be harmonized. The first one is called overt prospecting. Prospecting is the act of asking for business and doing it so well that people say yes to you. We call that prospecting. See, prospecting is the opposite of order taking. Order taking is you wait for the consumer to walk in and you take care of them. And of course, we want that. Anybody that I know wants that. But in real estate, because it's competitive, you have to be a prospector. You have to go fishing for the clients. The second area of real estate success is called lead generation. how you create more and more potential clients to interact with. But a lead is not enough. You have to know how to follow up. You have to have a system for following up often enough for them to interact with you. And then finally, this area called accountability. See, what makes real estate fun, what makes real estate exciting, is you're your own boss. No one tells you what to do. You get to run the show. And that is a blessing, but there is a side of that that is a curse because you're not held accountable. You don't have to answer to somebody else. How was your day? What did you do today? How many calls did you make? How many interactions did you have? How many appointments did you create? That lack of accountability pushes the agents sometimes to postpone what they're supposed to do right now. They know what they need to do, but they go, I'm the one running the shop. I don't have to do it. And by the way, they call that procrastination, which is simply, I know I should do it now, but I'll do it later. Why not? Those are the three areas. So let me dig even deeper. So, in order to succeed in real estate, you have to sharpen the saw. There's the saw of success, and it comes in 5 flavors. The first area that you have to master is your attitude, your business attitude, your approach to. You actually have to change your mindset. A lot of you come from having a job. You probably had a job and you did very well. You're a hard worker, you are sincere, you are trustworthy, you work hard. But see, in this business, we don't get paid to work hard. We get paid to produce results. So what happens is you need to shift your mindset. You have to realize, oh, working hard is the minimum. I have to produce results. That means you have to develop the mindset of an entrepreneur. Since I have you with me, let me make a suggestion. I want all of you at some point in your life to get this book called The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. The letter E stands for entrepreneur. If you get a chance, get the book, The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber, and what you will learn is the mindset of an entrepreneur. Remember, the mindset of an employee is different than that of an entrepreneur. If we can get you thinking like an entrepreneur, somebody who produces results, somebody who focuses on the actions that produce results, oh man, you're going to do really well. The second area is the consistency of prospecting. It's not just prospecting. You have to know how to fish. You have to learn how to fish. But at the same time, you have to be consistent about it. This is an area of major weakness in our industry. And guess what? You can have a new agent starting today who actually does much better than people who have been in the business 5, 10 years. And I've seen that happen all the time. So it is not how long you've been in the business that gives you that edge, is how consistent you are about prospecting. The third area that is required to do well in this business we call real estate is how you present. Well, you don't want to create an appointment and not know what to do when you show up. You want to be able to show up and present to the seller or to the buyers so they can pick you. We call that controlling the presentation skills, having a listing presentation, knowing how to present it, knowing how to talk about it. The fifth area that requires mastery is time management. How do you manage your time? How do you run your day? Are you running your day as a business, or are you running your day willy-nilly? Do you know the activities you're supposed to do? What are they? Are they in sequence? Do you know the right sequences you need in your business? We call that managing your time, managing your daily habit. And finally, is your mental toughness. Mental toughness is the area in which you are able to handle no. See, in this business, you'll be asking people if they're thinking about buying or thinking about selling real estate. And some of them will say no to you. It's how you handle people saying no to you that's going to give you an edge of success. See, most people take no as personal, like they did something wrong. No, it's not. When you hear no from people, they're saying not now. And that's the only thing you need to remember. When people say, well, I'm not thinking about buying, I'm not thinking about selling, they're not pointing at you. They're not saying you're the wrong person. They're just not ready to buy. They're just not ready to sell. Learn how to handle that. The sooner you learn how to handle that, the better. For me, those 5 areas I just showed you, those are not areas you're born with. Those are areas of skill. You get better. We have this illusion that some ages, I don't know, they are born to do well. And the rest of us, maybe, maybe not. No. The areas of success of real estate are areas of skill. You have to learn how to do them, and then you practice them, and with repetition, 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 you produce result. This is why it's called a boot camp. See, I designed the boot camp as a boot camp because we're going to do repetitive, useful actions that produce results. And by you repeating the activities and learning how the business works and doing it again and again, guess what happens? You build your confidence. You build your knowledge. You become smarter. People start saying yes to you. So this idea that some people are good at real estate and some others is silly. Anybody can become a top listing agent. First, you have to want to. I mean, you have to want to do it. That's number one. That has to be inside of you. But the reason I designed it as a boot camp, because here's what I saw. If you keep somebody focusing on their success for 8 weeks to 3 months, they tend to do well. And it's not just their mind. They start rearranging the way they think. They start rearranging the way they approach their business. They develop better habits. They wake up earlier. They read good books. They work on scripts. They know what to say to a seller. They know what to say to a buyer. They know how to present a listing presentation. These are all areas of skill, but they require repetition. So when I was designing this course, I designed it so that a small group of people, I only take a small group of people can work together and at the end bear the fruit of their labor. Again, I didn't say it was easy. It is a very demanding course. So I want you to consider this idea. When you develop good business habit, your time is your ally. See, when you have good business habit, time is your friend. You're like friendly with time. When you develop bad habits, time becomes your enemy. You resent time. You have excuses for not being able to get things because bad habits are getting in the way. People ask me, what is a bad habit of a realtor? I'll give you one. Going to bed late and waking up late. Not having enough sleep. You're going, really? That's the beginning? Yes. See, when you're rested and you wake up early and you have an agenda for your day, you do much better. So it's not just knowledge. This illusion that all you have to learn is what to do and that's enough. It is not. You have to immerse yourself in this business. So in essence, I want you to think about time this way. Time is a kind of fertilizer. So if you plant with time good habits, you get success. If you plant bad habits, you know what you get? You get excuses. How many of you have been in the business a long time? Haven't you noticed that those who don't do well tend to have a lot of good excuses? They will tell you about the market. They'll tell you about the election. They'll tell you about the city. They always have a reason for not doing well while other people are making money. By the way, people right now are making money in real estate and making good money. The question is, wait a second. Why am I using excuses for not doing well? Why don't I develop good habits? Because I deserve success, because I deserve to do well. See, let me give you a sense of real estate. In the United States, we have 2 million licensed realtors, licensed agents. We have 2 million licensed agents in the United States, of which 1.3 millions are realtors. They belong to the National Associations of Realtors. In the United States, we create about 5 to 5.3 million listings a year. That's it. That's all there is. There isn't more, there isn't less. In the United States, you can count on it. Every year, we generate about 5 to 5.3 million listings, which means that there are only 10.5 million transactions. Now, what does that really mean? Well, if you look at the statistic, remember my background is mathematics. If you look at the statistics, you only need 500,000 agents. You do not need 1.3 million. In fact, we don't need more agents. We need good agents. In the United States, if we did a survey of good agents, we will say that there are about 400,000 to 500,000 good agents. Agents who do this full time, agents who do about 15 to 30 deals a year, agents who know how to get listings, agents who run their business like a business, agents who just work the business properly. And guess what you need to know about them? They're not special. Well, hang on a second. They are special. In my heart, they are special because they work the business. But anybody can join them. They were not born a certain way. They were not born in Chicago and only Chicagoan can do well. Or they were born in Florida and only Floridian can do well. No. Anybody can do well in real estate. But there's some fundamentals. There's some things you got to do. So when I was designing this boot camp, I focused primarily because I come from a background of management, coaching, mentoring, and also I have an educational background. I used to be a professor of mathematics. So I brought all of these ideas in real estate in my offices and I grew them. And I took all of those ideas and designed what I would call success in real estate. How do you create well-planned activities? How do you hold yourself accountable and actually do well and not feel the pressure of it? What is it to do well in real estate? Now, in order for you to do well in the boot camp, there are two things I require. You are required to be coachable and you have to be collaborative. You got to work well with other people. So this is an accountability business. I know one thing, if you were held accountable for 3 months, you will probably do well, unless you don't want to do real estate. Remember, no one should be making you do this. You should do this because you want to. So, who benefits from this course? Right now, I'm in the middle of a course. We're at session 5, and I have in it 5 brokers. I have in it 7 brand new agents, and the rest are agents who've been in the business. Anybody benefits from this course. Why? Because of accountability and systems and checks and balances. But there's one thing I cannot do. You got to have inside of you that inner burning desire to do well. You got to want to do well. You may not know how. You may not go, Key, I don't know what to do. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you not knowing what to do. But you know what I need to know? I need to know that you want to do well, that you're going to give it a go, that you're going to try. You're going to try to do well. You're going to learn the techniques and actually apply them. You're not just going to learn them on the screen and forget about them. You're going to actually apply them. So being coachable, being collaborative are a must. And the way I designed the program so that I have the people who have the right desire to do well, I designed it with 3 assignments before. So let's say Lisa decides to register in the course today. Lisa does not pay for the course today. She just registers and I get a registration form. What I do then, I will send her an email, and then after that, we're going to do 3 assignments. There's an interview process, and there's 3 assignments she has to go through. When she's done with the assignment, it will be about October 20th. That's when she's ready for the course. And then she register. So in this boot camp, you have to register, you have to go through what's called an interview process, then you have to do 3 exercises in real estate, and then you get to be invited in the course. And the reason I did it that way, so that the people who want to do well emerge. And it doesn't matter if you've been in business 5 years or 1 month, doesn't matter to me. So this is why it's different. The second thing you need to know is I only take 20 to 24 people. The group I have right now, I have 20 people. The group I had before, it was 22 people. I never take more than 24 to 30 people. I like to keep it to a small group because we work together. We're in a boot camp. You get the analogy now, correct? So how does it work? There's 8 Fridays in a row. All of the sessions are live. You are with me. The actual first session of the course is October 23rd, but the registration has to happen way before then. We start at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and we are in the class until 12 noon. So we do 3.5 hours of what I call classes. Then what you do each week, you're given an hour video to work on. On a daily basis, you're given a small assignment. By the way, a small assignment is something that takes about 3-4 minutes to do. Very simple. Then you're given a demanding assignment, something that takes about 20 minutes to 30 minutes to do. And then once a week, you're given a big assignment, an assignment that's going to take you about 2-3 hours to do. And by the way, all of the assignments are related to your business. They're not outside real estate. They are part of your real estate. Like making calls to clients and knowing what to say, like putting together a market report, like putting together a blog marketing position, like doing a video about a listing you just had. You will have assignments. And here's what we notice. When people do assignments, they get better. When they get better, they build confidence. When they build confidence, they get results. That's how results happen. Results happen from building confidence over time. So I'm putting some of the topics here. I mean, you can read them. The link that I gave you has all of the topics, but I cover everything from internet marketing to face-to-face prospecting to door knocking to phone canvassing and phone calling to lead generation electronically through Facebook, social media, emails, and your website, as well as all of the gamut of what you would call internet marketing, SEO, all of the stuff that you need as a realtor. So I cover all of it. Again, I told you this is going to be an intense course. And by the way, all of these ideas are connected. Each session comes with a 15 to 20 page handout. So by the time you finish the course, you will have a binder that has at least 200 pages or more. You also are given an additional 75 videos that are short just to help you along the way. We call them how-to videos. So you get not only the course, by the way, just the videos, the 75 videos, The value of those is $300, just the videos. And then the course itself. The course is $369. You don't pay for it when you register. You have there's only 24 to 30 people who are allowed in the course at the time. That's all I can handle. And you have to be ready to do 3 assignments before the course. All right. So I'm going to stop here. Here's what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you my phone number. I'm going to give you my email address. It's on the screen. I'm giving you the link for more details on the course. But what I'd like to do is turn it over to you and have you ask questions about the boot camp, about me, or about the real estate business for that matter. Who has a question or a comment or a fear? Now you can use the chat function. Let me look at the chat function. Okay, somebody just
I have a
replied. Kevin Hamilton
I have a
wrote,
question.
I'll be right with you. Stay with me. Just I want to read what Kevin Hamilton wrote. Kevin wrote, really liking the response Brandy is getting from Kendall and Shane as a result of the coursework. Yeah, I got to tell you, Kevin, Kendall and Shane had that burning desire for success. They really wanted to succeed. So as we were going to the course and I was giving them ideas on what to work on, they just took it and ran with it. Yes, go ahead. What's your question?
The book that you mentioned,
Yes.
I didn't get
Okay.
the name.
The name is called The E-Myth Revisited. The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. Gerber as in Gerber. The E-Myth Revisited
Okay.
by Michael Gerber. This is an excellent book. Since you're talking about books, why don't I add one more? Um, I truly believe every agent in their career at some point need to read this book by Brian Tracy called No Excuses. Brian Tracy wrote this excellent book called The Power of Self-Discipline, No Excuses. All of you at some point in your life find a way to get these 2 books to read. They are excellent.